Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you the things that I have done in order to get the Android build for my React Native application using Bitrise. So I've been working this project for a couple of days now, and I wanted to do the estimation part using Bitrise for the application. So I could get this Bitrise account, and in the Bitrise I will show you what I have done in order to get the build. So in the Bitrise CI section, you can create a new project. So I have already created my project here. The older projects will be listed in here. And in the project, once you open the project, so when you first create the CI project, two workflows will be provided to you by default. So when you go to the workflows section, you can see deploy and primary two workflows. I believe you will get these two workflows by default. And the thing is, I haven't used any of these workflows is because these workflows are using npm to handle the dependencies in the project, and I'm not using npm. Actually, I'm using yarn to handle all the dependencies. And because of that, I didn't want to change the existing workflows. What I have done, I have created a new workflow called build Android staging. I have specified it as Android because I'm not planning to get the iOS build right now. So I have created this new workflow. In that new workflow, I have removed the yarn npm related steps, and I have added yarn. So to add yarn, I have clicked this add this step, and you can search yarn. Or if you want to use npm, if you want to use npm, then you can leave it like that. And so I'm using yarn. Because of that, I have to add the yarn step, and after that I have configured everything related to the yarn. So the working directory will be our root folder directory. So all these variables you can see in the environment variable section. So the working directory is just a full stop, and the project location is the Android folder. So if you can't see any of these keys, you can define these keys. So the module will be app, and the variant will be staging release this time. If you don't have any flavors configured with your project like staging or production, you can simply say release or debug in the variant section. I mean, probably you will go with the release variant, since the debug version will work only with the Metro builder. So you will simply say release in here. So I'm saying staging release at this time because I have configured different flavors in my project. And these are iOS related things. I'm not going to explain those things, since I'm only focused with Android build in this tutorial. So you have to define these things. And let's go back to the workflow. So in the workflow, let me okay, I will open the staging. Yeah, so in the yarn I have configured it like this. I haven't used any yarn command because the yarn will be the default command to install the relevant dependencies. You don't have to even add the word add in here. And I didn't have to add any properties. I have renamed my step in here. After that, you can keep the install missing Android SDK component step as it is. And then the tricky thing is to configure, I mean the locate your key store file. So that is one thing I was stuck on the process. So I will tell you what I have done to apply the key store with the Android build file, because we can't get a release variant without a key store file. So first you have to add your key store file To add that, you have to go to the project, I mean the CI project, and go to the project settings, and then go to the code sign in. From here, first you have to add your keystore file here. So I have already added my keystore file. You can add your keystore file by clicking this button, and you can drag your .keystore file, and you have to provide all the details regarding that keystore file, password, alias, and key password. So those things you have to add. After that, you can see your added key file in here. So once you open this, the thing that we have to do is, so they will provide us a URL to download our keystore file from their storage. So they will store the key file in their servers. So they will provide us a variable to use as the URL. So using this URL, we have to download the keystore file into our project while the build process is happening. That is how we have to integrate the keystore with the project. So I will tell you what I have done. So then go back to the again workflow file, workflows, Android staging. Okay, so before I'm going to start the Android build, I have to set up the keystore. So I have added new step called download file step. So you can simply click this one, download file download. Actually the name is file downloader. So you can add that one. After you added that, you will be able to see this step, and in this step, the download source URL, you should use that variable that I have just showed you in the section where you have added your key file. So the they will be providing us the URL as a variable. So you have to use that download source URL, and then you have to define the location that your key file should go into your project. So basically we are keeping our keystore file under Android. I mean there is a folder called Android, and in that folder there is a another folder called app. So inside that app folder we are like usually keeping our keystore file for the release and the debug. So that is what I have mentioned here. I have already showed you I think what is my project location is. So the project location you can find when you go to the environment variables. So the project location is the Android folder basically. Okay, so in here I have mentioned my Android folder, then /app/ this is the name that I have given to my keystore file, and I have already set up the same thing in my Gradle file in my project. So I will show you that also in my project. In the app folder, you can see the build Gradle file. In the Gradle file, I have set up my release file. So the file name, you can find it from here. The file name I have given this file name. So the same file name I have included in here. So that's how Bitrise will know. So that's how I can configure the same settings that I have done in the Gradle into the Bitrise. Okay, so after that I have renamed that step download keystore. So that's all you have to do. Then with this step it will handle everything. So it will download your keystore file using the Bitrise URL, and it will create the file inside this location. Okay, so you have to do that, otherwise you won't be able to get a release version, release type of build. So after that it is the simple process. So you can, I mean, you don't have to change any of these values. So you can use the values as they come by default. So I have used the variant. So the variant will define what kind of a app you are getting. It can be a release type or it can be a debug type. So the build type you can define whether you want APK or a double AB. and that's it. I mean, the tricky thing is to download the keystore file, so I was struggling a bit on that section. And after that, you can actually create a trigger. I mean, the trigger will define how you are going to execute the workflow. So by default, you can simply click this button to run the workflow. After the workflow is being executed, then you will be able to get the build. Or you can actually create a trigger. So when it comes to connecting your project with the Bitrise, first you have to have your GitHub project, or it can be a GitLab project. I'm using a GitHub project. So first I have connected my GitHub project with the Bitrise. I mean, you can connect your GitHub project when you create the Bitrise CI project. So you have to do those configuration things while you're creating your CI project, and after that you can define the branch that you are going to use to create the build. So I have used for the testing purpose, I have used this feature/auth-API branch. So to configure that branch, I think you can go to the project and project settings. From there you can go to the Git, I believe. Yeah, from here you can select the default branch. So Bitrise will use this branch to take the build. So Bitrise will use all the files related to this branch to take the build. And if you want to change this branch to another one, I mean, usually we are using some kind of a QA related branch in order to submit the build to the QA. So you can use the branch in here, and depending on the branch that you are using here, Bitrise will use that branch to take the build. I think I have mentioned everything that you should know. I mean, yeah, I think I have mentioned everything. If you have any questions on the way, on the process, with the process, then you can simply ask me through the chat comment section, and I will answer to those questions. Yeah, I hope you guys could learn something with this video. I will see you in the next time with the next video. Thank you.